What are your takeaways from the Vegas game?
I think it was a good game for us to come back and, in front of our fans and pick up 3 points after the Rhode Island game. We learned a lot from that game, and we came back and tried to, right our wrongs. And credit to the fans for being there and continue to support us. And we look forward to using that game and that result last weekend going into tomorrow.
Looking ahead to Louisville, obviously one of, if not the best team in the league right now. How do you approach that game mentally to be prepared for everything that they can do, every aspect of the game that they're so good at it?
Yeah, they're a good team. Team that we faced already away from home. We know what they're capable of. But I think the team that we have right now is a totally different team than we had at the beginning of the season. Guys that back in the team that were injured at the beginning of the year. Different setup, different shape. So it'll be good for us. I think a good test for us here at home. Like I said, we're gonna need the fans again. And right now it's do or die for us right now, and we're not going into any game, on the back foot. We want to try to play on our terms, and press teams off the field when we can, and hopefully we can continue to score some goals here at home.
How would you assess your evolution or how your role has changed over the last several weeks?
Yeah, this year it's been a weird year, not just for myself, for a lot of guys, injuries-wise, fitness-wise. But right now my body's feeling great. I'm excited to be back with the team again. Hopefully get a good run of games under my belt again. And like I said, right now everybody has the same focus for these last few games of the season. We're going to give everything we got. Like I said, the fans are going to be a huge part of this run that we try to make a run into the playoffs here late in the season. So we just need as many guys as we can have for the rest of the season. Continue to stay healthy, and I think everybody's going to play a big role into what we're trying to do for the rest of the year.
You've been around, you've seen everything in MLS.
Right.
What do you bring from that experience to this group of players as you look down the last 10, 12 games of the season?
Yeah, like I said, throughout the season I've dealt with a bunch of stuff, but my experience, my leadership, I try to be as vocal as I can on the pitch, in the game, in training, just try to bring the experience that I've had thus far in my career. And there's a bunch of guys here that have a ton of experience also. So it's a group that, although the results that we've had, so far this season hasn't gone our way consistently, we don't lack confidence, we don't lack belief, and it starts again this weekend. Last week, like I said, it was a good stepping point for us to get a result here at home, and another 3 points this weekend, and our season can turn around in the right direction for us.
You mentioned the fans a lot. How would you describe the atmosphere here last week?
Yeah, it's been huge, man. I've been a part of clubs and teams where results go against you, and fans stop showing up. The support isn't as there anymore as it was when the season started. And here it's been great. Things got a little shaky for us this season. They continue to show up. They continue to be loud and proud, and we appreciate that. And it takes us a long way. And we want to be able to give them something to be proud of. And like I said, I hope they keep continuing to show up here for us, and we want to be able to give them something to be proud of tomorrow.
Marcus, a great performance in the last game against Las Vegas. Created, I think, 4 chances. Really great for you personally, and a great performance to the team. How are you feeling about where this team is right now?
I'm feeling good about it. The group is very hungry. We all have a mindset of playoffs in mind, so feeling excited about what the group has to put out in the next few weeks for the rest of the games.
You mentioned playoffs there. Obviously, it feels like a mountain to climb at the moment. How are you approaching getting from where the team is right now in the table to where you would need to be going in the playoffs?
Yeah, well, the mindset is just taking it game by game, focusing on the opponent ahead of us for the weekend, and going from there. We all know what we have to do to make the playoff line, and it starts with the next game.
How do you beat Louisville, Marcus?
Something easier said than done, but we worked on what we needed to this week. We have some key points to go and focus on for tomorrow night, and we just got to go execute.
What did you guys work on today?
Today we are just getting ready, getting touches for the game. Nothing tactically, minus set pieces and all, but just doing the final little preparations for the game.
That energy that you had coming out of the gate last weekend against Las Vegas, creating good opportunities earlier. We've seen that in other games this season. How do you kind of recapture that, particularly against a team like Louisville that is so good defensively in every aspect of the game?
Yeah, I don't think you can focus too much on that. You just prepare for the week like we did all week today, up until today, and then you go out and you just try to execute what you can. Personally, the only thing I can control is the next action, the next play, and that's what I like to focus on.
Big story around the team this week, obviously, is CEO departure. Last week, we talked a little bit about the balance between this season and planning for the future. How does that affect the second part of that, particularly planning for the future?
I think Nick gave us a great foundation to build for next year, and it was, he always said it was a 2-year project, and he did a great job of setting a foundation and setting us up to build into next year. So I think that nothing's really changed in terms of the plan. Unfortunately, Nick had to go pursue other opportunities that he's always had a lot on his plate. He's a guy that gets a lot done in a short amount of time, and I think he did a great job here.
How does that change your responsibilities and thinking about player identification, things like that?
The front office, those guys take care of what they need to take care of, and my relationship with the ownership group has been fantastic. So it doesn't change too much of my day to day. Nick's always someone that I would bounce ideas off of. That doesn't really change too much in terms of how we operate, though.
What would you like to see done in the next 2 years?
In the next 2 years?
Yeah, if you were to come up with a
continue to expand the stadium. I think the stadium it's a great environment. We're obviously very good at home because we have good home support, and continuing to make this a better and better environment for the home fans, I think, is a priority for the organization. And I know they're working hard at it. And then I think on the field, we've identified the pieces that we need now to make us glue a little bit more than we did this year, just to make us more consistent, because when we pop, we've been excellent. And we've had some low periods. And we've had a lot of things bounce against us. So I only think we're 2 or 3 key pieces in the middle of the team away from being a real contender.
When you say key pieces in the middle of the team, what are you thinking about a little more specifically there?
Spine pieces, I'm thinking about guys that can dictate the game. Right now, we feel a little reactive at times. When we're at our best, like Vegas last week, we're very, very good. When we're front foot, when we can stay in that mindset, I think we need people to drive the team a little bit more. I think we need some technical aspects that need to be cleaned up, but tactically, I think we need a glue guy in the middle of the field.
What are your takeaways from the Vegas game?
So happy with the performance. I thought the guys played with freedom. They looked like they were having fun. They were energetic. They all collapsed to the field at the end of the game. That's what I would expect in every game. That's what we want to give to the city, give to the fans. It's once a week most times. Sometimes it's twice a week. But if you have nothing left at the end of the game, then I'm a happy man on the sideline.
Looking ahead to this weekend, Louisville, first fixture on the road, they won 6-0. What are you looking for in this game to see the growth of the team, or what are you looking for to be different?
I don't expect it to be that for starters. We were a pretty heavily rotated team that first time down there and had some guys coming off long-term injuries. We're fit now, or mostly fit now, and I would expect more pride in the performance. I wouldn't expect us at any point in the season. I thought Loudoun was the only other one where it happened, where we took our foot off the gas, and we're a little scared. I'll use that word. I don't think we're that anymore.
A couple of games this season at home, Charleston, for example, have really come out, and Birmingham game, and obviously last week, really had those opportunities in the first half. Probably could have been up 2-3-0 in 15 minutes. How does that approach kind of translate into this game against Louisville?
We create our chances. I think we're second in the league in big chances missed this year, which, is a bit of an Achilles heel. But some of that is things are going to fly in. You're not going to see a goalkeeper make 6 ridiculous saves in one game. You're not going to see, Vitiello did it to us in Sacramento. So some of it, I don't want to call it luck because it's never that. You can force your way in, and Louisville are a good example of that. They just keep coming in waves, and they're so well trained and disciplined at arriving in the box in big numbers over and over, both on set pieces and in the run of play. I think we can take a page out of their book there, but I was very pleased with the volume of chances again.